They called him Ropo. Jeff Stone here with day 10 of the year 2016 at magicreview.com. We're looking at Philip Van T is El Ropo. 2 DVDs, and you get, I forgot to mention one of the effects in the written review, so I'll tell you about it now. You get a bunch of rope stuff, and a lot of knot tying kind of effects. You get a ring and rope routine, which uses the juggling rings, and you get a pocket knife, color changing knives routine, thimble routine, thimble manipulation, and then paper cups and balls. It's Dixie cups and aluminum foil balls. That's basically it, I think. Oh, and then there's couple of coin effects. This guy reminds me of David Williamson a little bit. He's kind of got that spazzy, chaotic-y, silly, tall, lanky thing going on. And so, I don't know, some of you like that performance style, some of you won't. He was a little bit hectic in the performance. He was dropping stuff, and and I couldn't tell if it was on purpose or not. But performance aside, I usually don't let that affect my star rating. That's just, you're going to put your own performance on it anyway. So the question is, how effective are the methods for the tricks? And all of these are just their classic effects and methods. The only one is coin, sort of a coin matrix. I think you call it the circle of coins. That effect was a little confusing. It just was one of those, it's the epitome of what I hate about a lot of coin magic, which is this, like for the coin flurry. Look, here's a coin, now it's over here, now it's in my elbow, now it's here, now it's on my lapel, now it's in my pocket, now it's over here. And there's just real no moment of magic. That circle of coins routine reminded me kind of that. And I tell you that because, again, if you like that effect, that's fine. But the method, I guess it's a good method for it. It's hard to say because I'm so biased about that particular kind of effect. But it was like a Matrix thing where he was just, I'll cover these and now a coin jumps, and I'll cover these and I'll cover these and I'll cover these, and it was unclear what the effect was didn't feel very magical. Maybe if it's slowed down and you put your own spin on it, it might work. Anyway, just wanted to mention that because I'm going to give this a good rating. But oftentimes when people see that there are, quote, bad effects on a video, and they're like, well, why'd Jeff give it a good rating? Well, because I don't judge the effects. And I'm telling you up front, I'm biased. I don't like that kind of coin magic, and I'm still going to give this a good rating. Anyway, the teaching segments are pretty good. He's, again, a little chaotic sometimes. But the best thing is it's this Black Rabbit series. And in that series, they do a really good job of going into depth and everything. They talk about the history of the effect and how it got into his repertoire. Not on all of them, but that kind of thing. How all kinds of stuff. There's interview segments, and they talk about his sort of journey in magic and character creation and what kind of material he chooses and that kind of stuff. So anyway, sorry, I'm stuttering a lot. I don't know what's going on here. Bottom line, this set didn't overwhelm me. A lot of these Black Rabbit ones I've been giving 5 stars to, I think. This one wasn't as good, but the thing is I can't put my finger on why. And so I don't know. I've watched it twice now. I will tell you that they also have some segments of his. They have one where it's filmed at the castle, I think, in front of a group of people that have probably seen a lot of magic. And then they have a couple that are filmed in like real comedy clubs where you really get a better shot at seeing his personality. And they're much better performances. And so you'll learn a lot more from that, I think. You'll learn about how he deals with an audience, how he his stage presence, and those types of things. So I think there's a lot of valuable information there. And again, I think the interview segment, there's some really good information there. And I think there's some things I think some of you might be interested in. That his handling of the color changing knives is pretty decent. He's got a card to impossible location, which is clipped on the bottom, like you lift up your tie, and he's got a clothespin on there, and the card, the signed card, appears there. And so that's a different take on the card to impossible location. He has the a multiple selections routine where the cards are like however many cards are selected, they're returned to the deck, and the deck's thrown in his hat, and he wears a cowboy hat, shakes it up, and then he takes the deck out, and the cards are face up and face down, but all the cards are face down except for the selections. Those are the face up ones. That requires you to have kind of like a cowboy hat or a certain type of hat. So other than that, though, you don't need any special gimmicks per se. I mean, the hat's not gimmick, but the nature of the makeup of the hat makes that effect work. It's an old thing out of, I think, Tarbell. Anywho, he goes into coin roll. He goes into he has a little spellbound routine, which again looked a bit awkward in his hands, but he teaches you how to do it. He's got some good bits and funny lines and stuff, and little ideas that I think would appeal to some people. The thimble routine is pretty simple, and if you're into that, you might appreciate that. And again, if you're looking to do some rope effects, there's a lot of stuff in here that's pretty standard, but he has some good handling on it, and his rope stuff's relatively deceptive and pretty good. And I think that if you're looking for rope material, this might be a good source. So, not a whole lot to say. Ad copy's solid. Again, it's just one that, for whatever reason, just doesn't feel like it was as good as some of the other ones from this series. But it's not horrible. I mean, it's still a 4-star product. So, and I gotta be honest, this review is probably more of an emotional review, if that's the right word, than any other review I've done in a while. So usually I try to be very logical, stick to the points, the method, the ad copy, and so on. But for some reason, this one just is more about a feeling. I don't know why, guys. So anyway, if you're looking for some tips on personality and performance and those kinds of things, you'll find some good information here. If you're looking for some rope routines and some techniques for tying, quick knots and knot routines, you'll find some good stuff in here. If you're looking for coin stuff, I'd say you wouldn't really find any good stuff in here. If you're looking for a decent color change and knife handling, I think you'll like this. And if you're looking for sort of a poor man's cups and balls with Dixie cups and aluminum foil balls, you'll appreciate this as well. So, enough said. 4 stars, stone status of gem. And now, it's time for me to trick you, because you thought I was going to tell you to like the video and subscribe to my channel. But I'm not. I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day here at MagicReview.com. Number 1, I'll be announcing the winner. On day 11, I'll be announcing the winner of the Unbelievable Limerick contest. And I've got some great entries, almost something like 65 or 70 entries. And there's some really, really good ones. And I haven't 100% decided who won yet. I'm leaning towards a couple of entries. But I'll let you know officially on day 11 who the winner is. And the goal of the contest, it was for me to basically, whose limerick did I think was the best. And that's a lot of things. Did it make me laugh? How clever was it? Whatever. And so I've got a few that really tickled me and that I really liked. So it'll be one of those. But I won't tell you yet. Second thing, I've said this before, but I really think I mean it this time. I think I've got my lighting figured out. I've actually got my camera at a different angle than it normally would be at, and you can't tell that because of the green screen. But I've forgotten about this. Last year, before I was using a green screen, I actually used the same angle where those of you who've been with me for a long time, for a while, you could see directly behind me was like the computer and the spam sign. And then I started shifting it where you could sort of see my whiteboard, and like I was showing you the corner of the wall behind me. And that's kind of the way I've got it facing. I just have my green screen covering it. And it seems to be a good lighting or a good angle for the lighting in my office. So, what that means is tomorrow I will be trying out a new shirt color. So I've the black one, I couldn't quite get it to work, but again, I had to change the lighting around. So I changed the lighting and I changed the shirt to white, and I think that it's all working. So now I'm going to try a different color tomorrow with this same lighting setup and then see if it works. And I think we might be golden here, folks. So, very exciting stuff. Anyway, now it's time for you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is Overjoyed by Matchbox 20. I love Rob Thomas, man. He's a singer of Matchbox 20. He's got a great voice. Anyway, that's Overjoyed. That's off of the North album. So tune in tomorrow when we announce the winner of the Limerick contest. Jeff will be wearing a different colored shirt, and we'll be reviewing Promotion by Kyle Purnell. Sorry, I said Kyle Merck. Kyle Purnell. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Until then, whoosh, peace out.